So even though some of us felt like we were let down by the Terminator Dark Fate trailer, and yes, it was underwhelming in parts, my queries or my dislikes were the backing tune and the lack of gravity, the ability for Grace and the Rev 9 to seemingly float through thin air. Not acceptable in a Terminator movie, not that we know yet. But what I would like to point out or remind people about is Tim Miller does know how to pull off action scenes. Even though, yes, they are very dramatic and it was for Marvel's extended cinematic universe, it still looks good. Deadpool, where the car is flipping around like a maniac, looks good, doesn't it? Yes, it's for Deadpool and probably doesn't suit a Terminator movie, but then there's these scenes here also which look good and might not be suited yet again for a Terminator movie, but can we have faith? I think we can in Tim Miller and James Cameron banging their heads together and giving us the aesthetic that we are after in a Terminator movie. In my previous video I was on about that they're using a lot of camera rigs and cranes, very, very expensive stuff, but then people pointed out to me, as I was saying, are we at risk of the camera shots being too smooth? People pointed out to me that they can add the shakiness in, and I now point back out to you that I was on about the natural shakiness that we got in Terminator 1 and 2, you know, the actual shakiness, not the fight scene shakiness where they're shaking the camera around on purpose and it just looks shit. I'm on about the natural when you run in with the camera kind of stuff. But I just wanted to remind people that Tim Miller knows how to put an action scene together. James Cameron definitely knows how to put an action scene together. Reinstalling the faith into you guys, I think. You might agree, you might disagree, but I think, yes, it's for a Marvel movie, but it still looks good, you know? And if we got a Tim Miller, big fan of the franchise, yes, we had an underwhelming trailer for certain reasons. Some people didn't like the brightness of it, say the what's it called, the filter over it, shall we say. But you got to remember they're in sunny Mexico, and eventually they'll move forth to wherever else in the evening or whatever. And then people didn't like the gravity or the lack of, and some people didn't like the backing tune. I didn't like the backing tune or the lack of gravity. The filter wasn't too much of a problem for me, but like I say, I'm repeating myself, but Tim Miller definitely knows how to pull off an action scene. So have faith, guys. Try and have faith anyway. The next trailer we should get mid to end August. That's when normal trailers come. Not that normal trailers don't come out in the mid to end August. It's just the time frame between the first and the second. And when we had our first, the time frame is looking to be August when we'll get the second one. But have faith. This is Upside Down 6. Peace out. Please like and subscribe.